elevate this to the level that it's been to really bringing back the Legion of Boom almost?
Yeah. Well, I think it started early in OTAs when we set standards for ourselves as a defense, of how we can, attack the day, attack the week, our mindset as a defense, points we were in the hit on, and the standards that we set for ourselves.
Do you enjoy watching film of opponents and visualizing a quarterback like May and other players like this?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, anytime that you watch an opponent you're about to play, you should feel that way, knowing that, when Sunday, Monday, Thursday, whatever day you play hits, that, it's going to be time to go, that, put the film to work on the field.
Greetings from Alabama, Jarran.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Jarran, what gave you the chance to play football in the NFL by playing in the SEC?
The SEC is NFL type football to me. I joke with the guys all the time, about the SEC is the top of the football, college football chain. That's I think that personally there's great talent in the league in the college football period. But when you play in the SEC, you're basically playing NFL guys day in and day out. And those guys are great. The same as well as the other conferences in college football.
What are some of the challenges that the Patriots present with the pass game? Use the defensive line and the rushing game as well.
I think they coach very well. I think they're very balanced with what they do. They like to run the ball, and they pride themselves on being a physical group. So I think they do a good job with that. It got them here to this point now. But we still got to go play on Sunday, and I think we'll both put our teams to the test.
Do you like your role as a spiritual locker room guy?
I don't even know if that's a role or not, but as long as my guys are ready to go, that's all that matters.
What's it like to play in front of Ernest Jones?
Oh man, it's great, man. EJ is my guy. When you got a linebacker that's passionate like that, that's smart and demands something from you on the defense, that's our quarterback, our defense for one. We want to keep him clean so he can go make the plays that he needs to go make. He's a hell of a player.
His experience, Super Bowl experience, kind of play into helping you guys prepare?
Absolutely. Being with him, he has a lot of stress on him, and it doesn't show. He has a lot to get the calls, to make sure he's playing right, to make sure we're lined up right, and for him to have that experience to be here is very key. So we know what to expect from him.
Do you have a favorite play that either you or a teammate has made this season?
My favorite play would have to be Shahid's opening touchdown, the division round of playoffs. I think it gets no better than that, hands down. And definitely set the tone for the game.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
You know how much success the Seahawks had when you were in college? When you got drafted here, did you think that you'd be going to Super Bowl sooner than year 10?
Absolutely. I thought, we would have been here sooner. I was sitting back watching them getting ready to come to the league, and seeing, Chris Clemens and them boys turning up on the field, man, in that Seahawks uniform. It was very electric, and you could feel like the stadium from the TV too, just you feel the energy and everything. And we're here now, It took a minute, but we're here now.
Do you feel like you appreciate it differently now that it's happening in year 10 for you?
Absolutely, because I said this yesterday, some greats never make it this far, and they never get a chance to experience this. And, man, I'm here in year 10, I got a national championship in college, won in junior college, a national championship as well. And now I'm here playing for a Super Bowl. Hopefully, we can pull this out Sunday.
How have you changed as a player since your early days? And do you even recognize yourself as a young player?
Yes, me being young, I think I was playing based off raw talent then, and now, playing with experience. You can play a little bit faster. You can see things a little bit faster. And I made a joke the other day in the weight room. Now I got that grown man strength, that dad strength, so that helps as well.
Jarran, what makes this defense so dynamic and just awesome?
I think this connection that we have with each other. One thing I said yesterday is bus 3 is like the defensive bus. Nobody gets on bus 3 but the defense. And it's amazing, man. We're just like brothers out there. We trust each other on the field. We know where each player is going to be at on the field. We can play off each other. And that connection started outside the locker room. Honestly, we hang together a lot. We're a real close-knit group.
Jarran, what's made you endure for 10 years?
Just the love of the game, and definitely, everybody's playing to get to the Super Bowl, man. But I love the game, and it's done a lot for me. I've been playing since I was a kid, 5 years old, and 33 now. And I got a lot of football left, man. I just love playing the game. Oh, you gotta come out there. You gotta make a first impression. You know, I always like to get that first hit in. You know, whether it's a run or pass. You gotta cram something sometimes. Is what we say. You know, just get that little itch off.
A lot of casual fans aren't very familiar with Coach McDonald.
Yeah.
What would you say it's like playing for him?
Oh man, it's amazing. One thing you're gonna do is work. We work hard, man. You know, very like old school like. It's very physical, but it's all within the rules. But you know, he demands greatness from us, and you have to have that as a player. You know, you can't shy away from the work. So you got to put the grind in and be able to go each and every day.
Jarran, what do you say to your fans in Alabama?
Roll Tide, baby. We still number one regardless of what happens. Roll Tide.
What is DeMarcus meant to this defense?